All right, let's talk about something really cool. What if I told you there was a secret rule, kind of like a cheat code for life, that could help you get amazing at pretty much anything you want? We're talking sports, drawing, even getting good at video games. It's all about finding that perfect sweet spot for staying motivated.
You know the feeling, right? You get a new guitar, you start learning a new language, whatever it is. For the first few days, you're just completely hooked.
On day one, you are so pumped. This is the best thing ever. You can't wait to practice, and you're already picturing yourself being a total rock star at it.
But then a week goes by, and that shiny new feeling starts to fade a little bit. It's not as thrilling as it was at first. It's starting to feel a bit more like, work.
And by day 30, yeah, it can feel like a total drag. The excitement is gone, and now you're just bored. And this right here is the exact moment that most of us give up and just move on to the next exciting thing.
But what if you didn't have to quit? See, the secret to staying motivated isn't about having some magical, endless passion. It's actually about finding the perfect level of challenge. So how does that work? Well, think about it like this.
Imagine you're going to play tennis. If you play against a 4-year-old, it's way too easy. You'd get bored in like 2 minutes. But what if you tried to play against a pro like Serena Williams? That's way too hard. You'd get so frustrated you'd just want to quit. Neither one is fun for very long.
This chart shows exactly where our brains are the happiest. We love a challenge, but only when it's in that sweet spot. Not so easy that we're bored, and not so hard that we feel like it's impossible. That's the motivation zone.
And that brings us to the core idea here. It's called the Goldilocks Rule. Just like the story. The porridge can't be too hot or too cold. The challenge has to be just right. When we're working on something that's right on the very edge of what we can do, we get totally focused and motivated to just keep going.
And this isn't just some theory. It totally works in real life. Let's take a look at the famous comedian Steve Martin. He's a perfect example of someone who used this rule to become a superstar, probably without even realizing it.
His success definitely did not happen overnight, not even close. He spent more than 10 years slowly getting better and better. He started out doing these tiny 5-minute shows in clubs where literally no one was listening. Each year, he'd just add a minute or two of new material. It was this slow, gradual level up, always facing just enough of a challenge to get better without getting crushed.
I mean, that's the long game right there. Martin himself said he spent 10 years just learning the basics. It took almost 15 years of practice before he really blew up. He stayed in that just right zone of difficulty for years, just slowly building his skills.
So, if finding the right challenge is the key, what's the one thing that can really stop us in our tracks? What's the real final boss on our journey to getting good at something? Think about it for a second. What's the biggest enemy of progress? It's not messing up or failing. Actually, we learn a ton from our mistakes. The real enemy is something way, way sneakier.
That's right, it's boredom. As soon as something becomes a routine, it stops being exciting. The results start to feel predictable, our brains get bored, and we start looking for something new and shiny to do instead. Boredom is the ultimate motivation killer.
And listen, even the best of the best get bored. A famous coach who trained Olympic athletes was once asked, what makes the greats so different? His answer was basically this: the champions are the ones who can handle the boredom of practicing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, so if the final boss is boredom, how in the world do we beat it? Well, we need to unlock what's called the pro mindset. This is like the ultimate power-up for sticking with your goals for the long run. So what's the big difference here? Well, amateurs, they only practice when they feel inspired or excited. But pros, they stick to a schedule. They show up even when they totally don't feel like it. They don't wait around for motivation to strike, they just start the work and the motivation follows.
And this is really what it all comes down to. The only way to get truly great at something is to find the practice itself interesting. You have to embrace that routine. You kind of have to fall in love with the boredom of just doing the reps every single day. So, I'll leave you with this to think about. What dream, what skill is so important to you that you're willing to show up and do the boring work even on the days you don't feel like it? Because that is the real secret to success.